Hello, my amazing people. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, depending on your time zone or anytime you are coming across my platform, Linda's TV show. If it's your first time and you like what you are watching, kindly subscribe, put on your notification bell to all notification. In that way, you'll be able to know when we upload a new video. Here we react to all forms of videos. YouTube, I want to appreciate you for creating this wonderful platform for us to use to disseminate information. And at the same time, I put a disclaimer that here in Linda's TV show, we do not promote hate speech. We do not promote misleading information. We do not promote violence. Linda's TV show is here to educate and inform the members of the public about what is happening in the world.
They claim that the US and French governments have allegedly been lobbying Nigeria and other countries in the region to sign new defense pacts, allowing them to redeploy their expelled troops, adding that the presence of foreign military bases in Nigeria would worsen already strained relations between Nigeria and neighboring French countries. Signatories to the letter include Kabiru Chafe, former Minister of State for Petroleum Resources from the Arewa Research and Development Project, Atahiru Jega, former Chairman, Independent National Electoral Commission, Jibrin Ibrahim of the Center for Democracy and Development, and Awal Musa Rafsanjani of the Civil Society Legislative Advocacy Center, just to mention a few. Joining us now is Professor Jibrin Ibrahim of the Center for Democracy and Development. He'll be telling us why the northern leaders are kicking against allowing the United States and French governments to relocate their military bases from the Sahel to Nigeria. Good morning, Professor Ibrahim. Thank you for joining us. Well, we've been on this defense pact thing since the 1960s, when students protested against the idea of a Nigeria-UK defense pact. Then also National Council of State in the 90s rejecting the idea of the US setting up AFRICOM in the Gulf of Guinea. And now your group, well, your good self and other northern leaders are saying, look, the US should not come anywhere near the Gulf of Guinea to set up a military base, and Nigeria should be careful. Well, what is really the threat beyond the fear that this could affect our relations with our neighbors?
Well, I don't know how we got the epithet northern leaders. I thought the way to describe us is as patriotic Nigerians. We are basically very concerned about the sovereignty of this country. We feel we shouldn't create conditions under which Nigeria will lose some of its sovereignty, and that therefore the idea of a foreign imperialist power having military base where Nigeria has no right of access, where Nigeria cannot ask questions about who is it you are sending here, where, as the agreements they have done with other countries show, they cannot show to Nigeria or the receiving countries the equipment they are bringing into the country. We feel it's a profound threat to our sovereignty and independence as a nation. We want to act as our parents did in 1962 when they said no to the Anglo-Nigerian Defense Pact because Nigeria has just gained its sovereignty and we shouldn't be in such a hurry to hand it over to those from whom we took it. Now, 62 years later, we feel even more strongly that no Nigerian should be the player through who this country loses parts of its sovereignty. That's the basis of the letter.
All right, thank you. In the letter, you also mention, amongst many things, the concerns of the proponents, saying that there's an environmental impact challenge that would, and of course, aside from the economic impact of hosting, these trips. Can you expound on that and also share with us the arguments in terms of the fight against jihadist terrorism, how that would impact on Nigeria, and why you would kick against that, if that were the case, of the benefit to Nigeria?
Well, part of what we found very revealing was when the military junta in Niger revealed the reasons why they had to send the Americans packing. One of it is that Niger was not allowed to see the type of weapons that were being deployed and the type of drones that were being sent out from the base, American base in the country. They didn't know whether there were nuclear material inside. They didn't know the composition of those weapons, and they were very much afraid that it could have terrible environmental impact. Secondly, we do know that the location the Americans are seeking is somewhere just by the Niger border in the far north of the country. This is a part of the country that's already devastated by ecological factors, and in particular by the downward march of the Sahara Desert. And we feel sending large groups of people there to be playing with weapons in an ecological zone that's already very fragile is not the best for our country.
Right. So one other thing I'd like to bring up is part of the argument you made was the fact that Pentagon's record says pretty much since they came into the region, there's been increase in violence and all of that. But the proponents of this also argue that is this not just going to help our fight against insecurity? Because the argument we always make is that we don't have proper mapping of terrorists in these areas, and we don't have proper surveillance, which are going to bring in manpower anyway. And we buy their weapons in the first place. So are you not sure that the weapons we buy, if they want to put mapping equipment in the weapons, we purchase some Super Tucano from America, are you not sure that they could have put those mapping equipment and be able to get intelligence and reconnaissance from us?
I think the key issue as far as the Americans are concerned is that I would agree with you, they have a very high capacity for surveillance and intelligence gathering. They've always had that capacity. But again, to go back to the example the Niger gave, is that the Americans refuse to share the intelligence they are collecting with them, and that these terrorists will be attacking their soldiers, and they will not receive any warning from the American drones that this is a group of terrorists coming towards their soldiers so that they could take measures to defend themselves. And when, therefore, after 12 years, they came to the conclusion that the intelligence gathered is only for American use and not for the host country, then there was absolutely no need to continue to allow that agreement to continue. The challenge this poses for countries like Nigeria, and definitely for our country, is that we must develop our own capacity for intelligence gathering that will be used, that will be directed for our own defense and for our own offense against the terrorists that are destabilizing our country.
Well, Jibo, I get the argument about sovereignty. But we have some kind of partnership with the...
Yes, dear friends, thank you for joining. Thank you so much. Some of the news, we have to bring it coming from international and everything, and it's good for us to put it in our gazette and also put it in our platforms. Spread the gospel all over the world. I greet you, all the people that is joining. I greet you, Steve. I greet you so much. Imagine Biafra without Mazen Nnamdi Kanu and Simon Eba. Imagine what will happen and what is going to happen. Kinsley Chede, I greet you. Becken Eze, thank you so much. If you are here, we have to analyze through our comment sections as well. Alozia Ambrose, I greet you. May God Almighty continue to bless you, giving you more wisdom, inspiration as we interact in this blessed evening. Same, your star every time. I love you, my brothers. Then, my fellow Biafrans, You are hearing it here, how Fulanis is kicking against military base near Niger, because they know Buhari today, he went to Niger. He said that is the only place he feels safe. When the French colonies in African country do their coup onto to get freedom, then they instructed the stooge Tinubu to go fight against them, to fight against the Burkina Faso, because their own people is with them. They couldn't do anything. Now, Burkina Faso, Mali, Niger, they are now telling France to leave their own land, and the British, American soldiers. What did this Tinubu do? The original plan of Usman Danfodio to conquer Nigeria. This is what he did. Now he gave military, British military, land in Nigeria, and the French military. He told them to come to Nigeria. But one good thing here is that PM already told them that whatever they come to do in Nigeria and in Africa, they should know they should never ever try to interfere in anything concerning Biafra. If they are coming to Biafra, is for the benefit of the Biafrans and to make sure that nothing happened to Biafran people, then they are welcome. They can stay where they want. But if they try to interfere to Biafra in a negative form, the Biafran Liberation Army is going to engage them. That is the message Biafran Prime Minister sent to Biden and Macron. Monday, Osas, I greet you, my brother. Monday, Osas, Nnamdi Ogo, I greet you. Then Gerard, Diak, thank you for joining. So, we are coming gradually. Use this opportunity to hit the like button, invite others, share, and make sure the message go wide. And if you are communicating through comment section, it will be good that you bring out inspiration. Tell us what we have to analyze in this place. Join us together and make sure this message go viral. Now, you see how the Fulanis is defending their own land. They don't want anything to happen to Niger. They are kicking against it. Now, you will hear how Banji Akintola, how he is demanding for Yoruba nation. And you will also see Iwe Anyanwu that he can't even mention Biafra. He is very afraid of mentioning Biafra. So, here we go. You see, Ale, hi, I greet you. So, we have to be taking it small, because these are things we're supposed to put inside our documentary in order for those people that is more Biafra than others. Let them come and learn how to fight for Biafra. We are not fighting for Biafra for criticism. We're fighting for Biafra according to how we see.
Most of the young people, and they are the majority in Yoruba land, want the self-determination of their Yoruba nation. That's the truth of the matter. That's what is keeping the movement going. And they are also doing so in the diaspora. Yoruba young men and women all over the world want their own country, separate from Nigeria. You cannot deny that. No matter how much you want to pander to the government, you cannot deny that. But that's the truth.
But anyway,
the important thing, however, and I'm surprised that you are not talking about that, is that the Yoruba people who are fighting for self-determination are telling the world and telling themselves that they will do it only peacefully. We are Yoruba. We know our status in the world. We know our status in the black world. We do not want to destroy the peace of Nigeria, and we do not want to bring difficulty into the lives of any other group in Nigeria. But we want to get out of Nigeria. That's it.
Well, Prof, you were a strong member.
And you're not talking about that. You are asking me questions. You are asking me questions as if what Onitiri did has the support of the majority of Yoruba people who want self-determination. It is not true.
Well, Prof,
she has a small minority of a section that is ready to do illegalities. A year ago, they went and attacked a radio station in Ibadan, and so on. Now this year, they are attacking the entire government of Ibadan, and so on. No. But we have never sent anybody to go and do that, and we do not support it or encourage it.
Prof,
and we think it is criminal.
Prof,
and so if they get punished for their criminality, we have no objection to that.
Prof, you were a strong member.
You cannot, because of them, generalize opposition to self-determination. You cannot.
Well, Prof, you were a strong member of the Unity Party of Nigeria, also a very strong member of Afenifere. Afenifere is talking about restructuring. You are now talking about self-determination. What is the difference, in these two ideological positions?
Our fathers in Afenifere are doing the right thing, talking about restructuring, so that we can go back and live our own life the way we used to live it prosperously. They are doing the right thing. There is nothing wrong with that. But we, another group of people, larger in number than they, are now saying, no, self-determination is the answer, not restructuring. Why? Because when you restructure, you are still in Nigeria. The people who are coming and disrupting your life and destroying your farms and killing your women and raping your mothers and daughters and so on are still Nigerians. They still have a right to come to Nigeria. The only final solution to that is to separate, so that you have a separate Yoruba country where we can make our own laws and so on, to which we admit only people we want to admit. Larger in number than they.
Yes, here we go. Here we go. I hope you have shared. You may have watched it, but it is necessary we put it where it's supposed to be. This is Dr. Akintoye, a man our leader Mazen Nnamdi Kanu appreciates so much. He appreciates his power. He appreciates his intelligence. He appreciates the will he has to liberate his own people. This is Akintoye. He is the man that is behind Igboho, Sunday Igboho. When Koiki reviewed a meeting that they had with Mazen Nnamdi Kanu and Simon Ekpa, the man is also there. He stands very, very strong for his own people. Speaking, and what he analyzed in this place is the reason we are playing it. People are talking about restructuring, and also the reason Peter Obi failed woefully, and why he will fail woefully, and why he will continue to fail woefully. Peter Obi and all the people that did the obedient. They are talking about, Afenifere is talking about restructuring. But here he explained to you, he is a stakeholder in Nigeria, a lawmaker in Nigeria. He explained to you exactly what is happening. But Ohanaeze Ndi Igbo, what they did was they sold Igbo people for 100 billion naira. And here we have to start our analysis. If you are here, please do as you know. Comment.
Are now saying No, self-determination is the answer, not restructuring. Why? Because when you restructure, you are still in Nigeria. The people who are coming and disrupting your life and destroying your farms and killing your women and raping your mothers and daughters and so on are still Nigerians. They still have a right to come to Nigeria. The only final solution to that is to separate so that you have a separate Yoruba country where we can make our own laws. Nigerians, they still have a right to come to Nigeria. The only final solution to that is to separate so that you have a separate Yoruba country where we can make our own laws and so on, where to which we admit only solution to that is to separate so that.
Are you really following us now to the deep analysis? When they are talking about Wazobia, Igbo, Hausa, Yoruba, Fulani has never been involved in that place. Later, Fulanis came from Futajelon and they said they are Hausa, Yoruba. They begin to say Igbo, Hausa, Yoruba, that is Wazobia. Now, they are trying to mix up Coca-Cola and the Fanta with the water inside one place, mix them together. When you know that this Fulanis has a long time agenda prepared on how to destroy you. And that is what this man is talking in this place. Even if you do restructuring, Fulanis will still have access in Nigeria as citizens of Nigeria, and their agenda will be going on. But yet they don't even need restructuring. They said, Shetima said, restructuring my food. That's what Shetima said. Say restructuring my food. They have come to Islamize and eliminate every other person. Everybody knows this thing, except the same people that is still calling somebody from the sky to come and do it for them, and the other people who is still hoping on P2B or any other person that is coming. We have to put it in the record, and we want to be reading your comment, please.
You have a separate Yoruba country where we can make our own laws and so on, where to which we admit only people we want to admit. So nobody can claim that they have a right to come to our land. They don't have such a. But as long as we are in Nigeria, no matter what restructuring is done, they still have the right to come to our land and do the things that we are doing. Nobody is talking about the fact that most Yoruba farmers have been driven from their farms. I am not hearing that. I'm hearing only about government. I'm not hearing about people. You are not talking about the fact that most Yoruba farmers have been driven from their farms and that the Yoruba nation is in danger of famine upon famine upon famine for years and years to come. You are not talking of the fact that the Fulani declared war on Nigeria on the 24th of January and 26th of January and said that Tinubu is not our president. We are going to Aso Rock. We will take over the seat of government there, and we will use this place to organize the conquest of the rest of Nigeria. You're not talking about that. You are not talking of people who said no Fulani man must be arrested for the bomb in Ibadan. If you do, you will have bombs in every town in Yoruba in Nigeria. Nobody is talking about that. Nobody is talking about the sheer insult of living in a country where some people are treating the government like that. You are talking about Onitiri and so on. Why do our...
Well, Prof, let me...
have been driven from their farm.
You know, this is a very deep analysis, very, very deep program, and we are taking it the way it will enter your ear, and what we are doing here is to push it more to your ear. Maybe you are still happy as a Nigerian. Maybe you think that there is a way maybe you think that you never understand it very, very well. What you don't understand very, very well and why we are still here is they are not talking about that Fulanis are raping people. He is telling the journalist, because all the journalists are red envelope journalists, the brown envelope journalists. They are not talking about that. What they are talking about is he needs self-determination. He needs Yoruba nation. He is not talking about the Fulanis that is raping people, killing people, and burning their villages, killing people and rendering them hopeless. The people that is suffering in Nigeria, they are not talking about that. You know why? Because Fulanis budgeted more than $30 billion to conquer Nigeria. That is why you see that Buhari ran away. He died, they recruited another Buhari. 3 Buhari ruled Nigeria. Because they budgeted this thing long time ago, since Usman Danfodio entered Nigeria. Ahmadu Bello then say, anybody that will have any office in Nigeria will work under their interest. And the Yorubas and the Biafrans are tired. This is a new message. They are still firing up. You understand? And we are bringing it to every other person. The bigger people that call themselves Rise News can't even talk about the atrocities of the Fulanis and all the things they are not doing. Now he is reminding them, and we are here in our own small program, sending it back to our own people for you to know, without this thing our prime minister and the government in exile today is doing today, even he himself wouldn't have the courage to be speaking again. Then you have to hear it again, what he said, what they are not doing.
I am not hearing that. I'm hearing only about government. I'm not hearing about people. You are not talking about the fact that most Yoruba farmers have been driven from their farms, and that the Yoruba nation is in danger of famine upon famine upon famine for years and years to come. You are not talking of the fact that the Fulani declared war on Nigeria on the 24th of January and 26th of January and said that Tinubu is not our president. We are going to Aso Rock. We will take over the seat of government there, and we will use this place to organize the conquest of the rest of Nigeria. You're not talking about that. You are not talking of people who said no Fulani man must be arrested for the bomb in Ibadan. If you do, you will have bombs in every town in Yoruba in Nigeria. Nobody's talking about that. Nobody's talking about the sheer insult of living in a country where some people are treating the government like that. You are talking about Onitiri and so on. Why do our...
Well, Prof, let me ask you this. Self-determination that you recommend.
You are entitled to your opinion. You are entitled to your opinion, but what I'm saying is that your opinion rigorously avoids the truth. Rigorously.
But Prof,
avoids the truth.
Nigeria, as Onigo Chiche told us in his research on ethnic nationalities in Nigeria, has over 300 ethnic nationalities. Will you recommend self-determination to all the other ethnic nationalities in Nigeria? For all these nationalities to break away?
Those who want it, don't ask me a general question. I am asking for self-determination for a nation, the Yoruba nation. Who want it, don't ask me a general question. I am asking for self-determination for a nation, the Yoruba nation. There are about 60 million people in Nigeria, and their territory is large enough to be a large country. So that's what I'm talking about. Any other nationality in Nigeria that wants self-determination is free to ask for it. I cannot come and ask for self-determination for nations that are not mine. No.
Well, Prof, as we have this, we're having this conversation. You are in Cotonou, Republic of Benin. Not
talking about any.
So, my brother, yeah, Samuel, thank you. Yes, messages are here. Now, we are coming up. We are coming up with the messages we have to our people. Let us go to the people that call themselves Ohanaeze Igbo. Then you will understand the people and what they did, how they are calling themselves Ohanaeze Igbo.
Diaspora. Biafra, from what I have seen, I mean, sorry, Ndibo, from what I have seen, Jews, how many? There are very few, but they are very popular because of diaspora. Biafra, from what I have seen, I mean, sorry, Ndibo, from what I have seen, Jews, how many? There are very few, but they are very popular because of diaspora. Biafra, from
You can see the kind of people that is calling themselves Ohanaeze Igbo. We are taking you to a very long journey. Then from here now, we will enter this political solution and the amnesty that follows it. From here now, we will go there. But before we will go here now, there is another Yoruba man we are going to show you. You see the person that called himself the leader of Ohanaeze Igbo. This man, Iwe Anyanwu, represented George Obiozo. George Obiozo was elected by the Fulanese. It was the Fulanese that appointed George Obiozo to come and become Ohanaeze Igbo general in order for them to be able to have expressway down to Biafran land. Then George Obiozo, then nobody knows what happened to him. He just disappeared out of this earth because of atrocity which he has been committing. This fool here now come. Lastly, now he have taken money, 100 billion, and sell Igbo people. That in Zogu is the person that killed the Tafa Belew. You understand? He can't even mention Biafra. Inside this place now, you see Fulani people, how they are defending, talking, speaking boldly. You see Yoruba people, they are speaking boldly. You see every other ethnic group, they are speaking boldly. But look at the kind of person they call the leader. Imagine if Simon Eber is not here, that Nnamdi Kanu is inside. What do you think will be happening to our people? We have to recognize our people that is here. Sunday Ike, thank you. Ohanaeze Fidelis, I greet you. Nwachineke, I greet you. Nas Ozoukwu, yes, I greet you. Ohanaeze. Ohanaeze, you are here again. The main thing now is that if you don't know where rain starts beating you, you will never know where the rain will stop beating you. Ohanaeze. If we have not been able to dictate our problem, I am Ohanaeze. Ohanaeze, the people we are trying to Ohanaeze Igbo, you see him there, Iwe Anyanwu. You see Iwe Anyanwu, all have Ohanaeze. Ohanaeze. You know, there are parables that have changed in Igbo land. Igbo land, before they used to give that name, Echi Dime, that is vice versa. Before, or today in Africa, some people will go and give birth. You will just be expecting whatever that will come out from there. But today, when a woman is pregnant, 3 months, doctors will tell you whether it's a boy or a girl. Then you will go and begin to make your own preparation because you know what is coming. That one adugo solved. Onye ma ndị a na-eze, anyị amagwo ndị anyị na-eze now. Are you getting it clear now? Na iwe anyanwụ here. Na Fulani, the slave masters he is serving. Na Ohanaeze ndị Igbo. Na Ifeanyi Uba and the co. Na IPOB Nigeria. Ifeanyi Uba now is the leader of IPOB Nigeria, who is telling them what they have to do. That is Ifeanyi Uba. The leader of IPOB Nigeria is Ifeanyi Uba today. Onye ma ndị a na-eze. Ndị a na-eze ndị a na-akpọrọ gị afa now. DOS. DOS are the descendant of Ohanaeze ndị Igbo. All of them have link to Ohanaeze ndị Igbo. That's why they accepted amnesty. That's why they accepted political solution. That's why they accepted command and control. Oye ma ndị a na-eze. Ndị a na-eze, look at them here now. So, my brother, your name, you know, when some names used to give us some powerful inspiration. Ugo Michael, I greet you. Oka Pius, thank you so much. Yeah. Bremman, I greet you. Obioma, I greet you. Chukwuma Ale, thank you. Then Obioma, what do you say? He can only say it here on television. What next? Are you referring to the other man? Then Peter Okafor, Dalo, I greet you, Peter Okafor. I greet you. Grace Onwoboya, good evening. Yeah, good evening, my lovely sister. I greet you. God bless you also abundantly. Grace Onwoboya. Bere Peter, I have missed you so much. Another joy. Thank you, Bere. Thank you. You know, the only thing is that we don't have specific time when we used to come here. But my joy is whenever I'm here, I meet my brothers and deliver the message, and you are my strength. Also, Bishop Okoye, Bishop, thank you. Chukwu Okadam is our strength. Oka Pius, thank you. PM, well done, my brother. Then we have to kick it a little so that you will see on your
From what
own.
I have seen, I mean, Ndibo, from what I have seen, Jews, how many? There are very few, but they are very popular because of diaspora. Biafra, from what I have seen, from what I have seen, I mean, Ndibo, from what I have seen, Jews.
This is the kind of people. DTH Nnamdi. This is the kind of people that call themselves that they use to destroy us. But thank God that Nnamdi Kanu came up and they opened our eyes. He removed fear out of our faces. Fabio, I greet you. Yeah, Grace, terrible for this Ohanaeze ndị Igbo. Terrible people. But we are here to deal with them. We are here to mess them up. You know one good thing. Yes, he is listening. One good thing is Anya. Ahaya. Thank you. Greetings from here. Please, if you have not subscribed to 555 Vision, try to subscribe. Turn on the notification button and personalize it. This is how we analyze our own. When we come here to analyze, we analyze it to everybody will understand. We are not analyzing with English. We are analyzing it with English. You understand? That English is what we are speaking. We are not speaking English. You understand now? And we join it with Igbo. These people have done us what nobody can ever imagine. So we have to really go back to why we are here, showing you how elders of organizations are defending their own people, how they are defending their own people, why Ohanaeze ndị Igbo is there na-agụsịcha ọnụ mmiri ma ọ bụ nwunye Nnamdi Kanu.
Bomb in Ibadan. If you do, you will have bombs in every town in Yoruba and in Nigeria. Nobody's talking about that. Nobody's talking about the sheer insult of living in a country where some people are treating the government like that. You are talking about Onitiri and so on. Why do our...
Well, Prof, let me ask you this. Self-determination that you recommend.
What are we doing? We are bringing the news to our people. And that is what we can do. After doing it, we will go back to government. Government will give us another subject. You understand? And that is what we will be doing. Wait, let me show you more of the details. More of the details that is really going on, which you must supposed to know. You have to see how Yorubas are defending their own people openly without being afraid of anybody.
Truly a Muslim there, even I knew a chief judge who was supposed to be leading Muslim prayers, who anytime he came to me in my official residence, he would put the things that all human beings do. So,
we are coming. There is no other way they are coming to take us over. But not only that we are analyzing the Biafran thing, remember that these people we are showing here are the people Mazen Nnamdi Kanu introduced to us before he went to lead in front. These are the group of people when Mazen Nnamdi Kanu had all this meeting. We are aware of all these things when it's happening. And when autopilot started newly, PM also had internal meetings with them. You understand now? And that's why we are bringing all these things out. Do not think that Oduduwa is dead. They are still struggling, but someone must to lead. Remember, when Mazen Nnamdi Kanu was here, it was the voice of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu that triggered Igboho. Then Igboho have to queue to the back of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu and begin to lead his people. Then, but what thing you have to understand, someone must be in front. If you see all the people today,
it's not a question of religion. There's no question of anybody being truly a Muslim there. Even I knew a chief judge who was supposed to be leading Muslim prayers, who anytime he came to me in my official residence, he would put a brandy or whiskey in a mug and be drinking, and they would smoke and all that. So I don't think it's religion. When they started this Sharia, how many of them are obeying the Sharia? How many of them? No, not none of their leaders. So it's not religion per se, but they use religion to deceive people and say Hausas were not Muslims at all. So they say, well, let's give you a superior religion, we'll give you Islam. But that didn't apply to the South, because we've had Muslims in Yoruba land even before 14th century.
So truly, what we are fighting against, or what is...
But that didn't apply to the South, because we've had Muslims in Yoruba land even before 14th century.
So
we are into deep analysis. Muslims in Yoruba land before 14th century. And when you study the plan of the Fulanese, there have been messages we used to play here before. the secret plan of the Fulanis that leaked, which led to the hands of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, that made him to expose. They called the Yoruba Muslim, the Fulanis called them the filthy Muslims. The filthy Muslims in the West, that they are going to eliminate them later. But what they are going to do is to make sure they capture them and they use Yoruba to fight against Igbo people. They need that number, knowing that the only Igbo people and the Biafrans are the people that can stand up and stop them. So what are they doing? They caused to divide and rule first. After they caused divide and rule first in Eastern region, then they remove all this Ikwere people and some part of Port Harcourt, riverine area. They told them they are not Igbo, they are not Biafra. Then that Igbo man only come to conquer, Igbo man want to conquer Nigeria, they just want to rule. They put this divide and rule, and it remained only the 5 states in Biafran land. These 5 states now in Biafran land, they begin to place stooges inside them. Here now, they say Yoruba, Muslim came to Yoruba land since the 14th century. And in Mbise, in Imo State, they came there since 1840 something. Since 1840 something. Then you can understand that there are people that speak Igbo dialect in Biafran land and in Igbo land that is originally Fulanese, like George Obiozo, Hope Uzodimma. Their grandfathers are not originally Igbos. They are born, their fathers gave birth to them in Biafran land, and they are obligated to speak Igbo. Even their grandfather, if they entered here since 1800. Are you understanding? Ebele Ebulam, I greet you. Ebele Ebulam, Ebele Mama Mbukwemo. Then Pro Baba, I greet you. If you come here, try to write us comment. That is our energy. Unless you want to support us in another way. But write us comment, communicate, write us inspiration. AFB Global, I greet you, more blessing to your elbow. That is how we do it. This is what you can give to us, sharing it, giving like so that people will come. We need numbers in this place so that our message will go far. Knowing that those that couldn't show their faces in this struggle, we took oath to show our face and deliver this message to our people. Remember, we made a promise that we will bring Biafra from diaspora, and through internet, we will tell our people what they should do and what they should know. The one you cannot talk, you write it here. That's why we take advantage of WhatsApp. People from homeland can send very tough message from Biafran land through WhatsApp, voice note, when it comes to us. Some of you that is our followers a long time ago, you know when we used to play Voice of the Angels in this place. There are Voice of the Angels during the formulation of Autopilot when the war was very, very hot. Informations have been coming. So we will take advantage of internet and we will send the message back to you there. Then you will know what to do. We are in a team on this place. And that is why we are here. Kevin, promise. Onye Dekachi. Nobody is like God, my brother. Onye Dekachi. Keep it up. So, Yoruba, Fulani.
Truly, what we are fighting against, or what is going on, is clash of culture
and civilizations.
That's
right.
Not really the Fulani versus the Igbo or the Fulani versus the Yoruba.
No.
It's clash of civilizations.
Yes, clash of civilizations and clash of cultures. Yes, you're right.
That means we have not really integrated as a people.
Never. We have never been.
So the word the Nigerian people is a fallacy. Is that what you're saying?
Yes. Because, again, in those days, you will say there have always been Igbo markets, Hausa markets in Enugu. There have always been sabos in Shagamu. But those sabos were occupied by Hausas. Hausas are peaceful people. We traded in Kola Nut. We did even the few Fulanis that came with them at that time, when you had the Sabo in Chagamo or in Ibadan here, they will still look for one Fulani man and make him their Seriki.
How did the Hausa accept
They were subdued. They were subdued.
Despite their large number.
Yes, they were subdued. Of course, they killed, they ruined, they extirpated their 7 kingdoms. They killed their 7 rulers and took over under the guise of religion. Another thing they used, they used the word corruption. Oh, your people are corrupt. We are saints. Your people are corrupt. They've always used the word corruption to deceive people.
But the jihad is over.
Under the guise of religion. Another thing they used, they used the word corruption. Oh, your people are corrupt. We are saints. Your people are corrupt. They've always used the word corruption to deceive people. But we are saints. Your people are corrupt. They've always used the word corruption to deceive people.
Are you hearing it? Divide and rule. They will place themselves as the saint, and they will tell you your own people is corrupt. What have they not done? What have they not done to tell you that Simon Eber is not good? But today, because Nnamdi Kanu have trained us to the way we have to think 1,000 times before they even talk, that is why we didn't fall to this victim. We continue, please. And we want to read your comment also.
But the jihad is over. How come the Hausa man is yet to claim that's Hausaness again?
It's just now that the efforts we are making in the south have begun to yield fruits. You will be surprised to hear that now in Hausa land, we now have Hausa Christians. Never had that before. Never. You now have Middle Belt Forum that are saying we are not northerners, we are Middle Belters. We are not northerners. Don't call us northerners. Now, when you see a Jukum man or you see a Lantan man and you say you are Hausa or you are Fulani, he will be angry. He may even draw his dagger. Don't call me Fulani. I'm not Fulani. I'm not Hausa. What we did not know until recently is that when you call a Fulani man Hausa, he will be angry.
Hello, my wonderful people. As you have finished watching this interesting video, please, I want to see your comment, your contribution, your opinion in the comment section. Like I said earlier, let us do it constructively. Tell me what you think about this video that you have just watched, and also about the platform. If you haven't subscribed, what are you waiting for? Please remember to subscribe, put on your notification bell, share this video, and remain blessed.